Hello there, what's going on? This is Abdullah from Self Engineered. So, in the last video, we've covered how we can draw a pentagon using a function instead of writing and repeating this code all over again and again. So, in this video, we actually want to reduce this code one more time. So, if we look closely here, we will see that we are repeating this two lines of code how many times? One here, then another one here, two, and then three here, four, and five. The same two lines of code every single time we are repeating them. What if we don't want that? What if we can just write it once and then it repeats itself using a loop or some kind? Let's in fact try and do something like okay, let's put this away, and actually let's delete this and see what happens if we just want to have only two lines of code, only those two. See what happens. So it only goes straight and then it turns to the left side. So what we want it to do is again to go all the way here and then have it turn this side, and then it does this, and then it turns to this side, and then it goes here, then again turns here, and then completes the pentagon. Sorry, my drawing is horrible, but yeah, you get the idea. Okay, for us to do this, we kind of need to write a loop of some kind. So before we start with the while loop, we kind of need a counter, something to count on, and then we just want to put the counter equal to 0. Then we will say while counter is less or equal to the pentagon has 5, but then we're gonna put 4. I'm gonna show you why 4 later on. And then we need to do another iteration here. Hit tab here, and then after we run this code, then we're gonna increment the value of counter by 1. So we're gonna just gonna say counter plus equal 1. That will increase the value of counter by 1 every single time. So when I run this the first time, counter's value for the first time is 0, and then it comes back again, then it's going to be 1, then it runs again, it's going to be 2, 3, and then until 4. But why I run it, I put 4 here, because computer is always start counting from 0, and we want to go 5 times. We want to go through this 5 times. So if we are starting from 0, it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. That is why we put 4 here instead of 5. So let's try and run this, and hopefully we end up having a full pentagon. Yes. Here you have your pentagon using a while loop, and we put the counter to increment the value, uh, to moderate the how many times we run our loop, because if we just leave it like this, if we put this to 5, let's say if we put this 5 and see what happens, it still gives us a pentagon, but it goes back here, and then if we put it up to 10, let's say just 10, you might have an idea of what happens. It will just keep running around the same circle, around the same pentagon, see? But we don't want that. We just want to draw one pentagon, so it's only 4, you see. and this depends on what shape do you want to draw. Later on we will try and draw different shapes using the same two lines of code, but we can just change the angle and change this to draw different shapes, either square, hexagon, or even an octagon if you wish. So that's it for this video and for while loop. In the next video we are going to make our code more tangible.